gametogenesis. Today we are going to discuss about the menstrual cycle.
Menstrual cycle is the rhythmic change seen in the female primates throughout their reproductive change except pregnancy. It is the cyclic changes in the activity of ovaries and eggs as well as hormones during the reproductive phases in a female body with menstruation. It is repeated at an average interval of about 28 or 29 days. It occurs in primates. For example, monkeys, apes, and human beings. The first menstruation begins at puberty. The first appearance of menstruation is called menarche. The menstrual cycle ceases at around 50 years of age. The permanent stoppage of menstrual cycle is called menopause. Now we are discussing about phases of menstrual cycle. Menstruation only occurs if a released ovum is not fertilized. Firstly, we are discussing about menstrual phase or bleeding phase. The cycle starts with the menstrual phase and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. It is due to the breakdown of endometrial lining of the uterus and its blood vessels. It forms liquid that comes out through vagina. Lack of menstruation may be an indicative of pregnancy. It may also be caused due to stress or poor health, etc. The level of LH or luteinizing hormone reduces, which causes a regression of corpus luteum and a consequent fall in the level of progesterone. Then proliferative phase or follicular phase. It starts from 6th day of menstrual cycle. It lasts for 13th day. The secretion of FSH and LH increases gradually from pituitary. FSH mainly stimulates the development of primary follicles into Graafian follicles. It secretes estrogen. Estrogen mainly stimulates the proliferation of ruptured uterine endometrium. After this period, it enters into the ovulatory phase. Mainly it occurs in the 14th day. Both LH and FSH attain a peak level. Rapid secretion of LH leading to its maximum level during the mid-cycle. It is called LH surge. LH induces the rupture of Graafian follicles and thereby release of ovum, being called as ovulation. Life of an ovum is 24 hours. After ovulation, cycle enters into the fourth phase, secretory phase or luteal phase. It starts from 15th day. It lasts 28th day. After ovulation, Graafian follicle is transformed into a yellow granular mass of tissue called corpus luteum. It secretes a large amount of progesterone, which is essential for maintenance of the endometrium and implantation of fertilized ovum and other events of pregnancy. Progesterone inhibits the maturation of other follicles into Graafian follicles and further growth of endometrium. Thus, the uterus gets ready for implantation, other events of pregnancy. If fertilization does not occur, corpus luteum degenerates. This causes disintegration of the endometrium, leading to the menstruation, marking a new cycle. corpus luteum changed into corpus albicans. After that, it degenerates. During pregnancy, all events of menstrual cycle stop and there is no menstruation. This is the graphical representation of these phases. As I mentioned here, the cycle starts with the menstruation and it follows follicular phase, ovulatory phase and luteal phase. The level of LH reached at peak level during the ovulatory phase. And in the follicular phase, level of estrogen increases. After ovulation, the level of progesterone suddenly increased. Here you can see the level of various hormones during these phases.
Today we discussed about the menstrual cycle. The different phases of menstrual cycle are menstrual phase or beginning phase, proliferative phase or follicular phase, ovulatory phase and secretory phase or luteal phase. Next day we will discuss about the fertilization and